Good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode number 1 of War of the Visions Weekly, your weekly update show for War of the Visions, where we will cover everything from the news to interviews to updating our tier list. This is going to be your once-a-week stop for just what's happening in War of the Visions, maybe what should you farm this week. We're going to cover all those sort of things briefly in a nice short show that'll release about every Tuesday. So this is episode number 1. Let's get into it. All right, let's jump right in to the Sunday news for this week. And by far the biggest news this Sunday was the 2 new vision cards that we're getting in Global. We are getting the MR vision card, Swordsman's Refinement, and we're getting the UR vision card, Clairvoyant Astrologer. Now, let's start with the MR card. The MR card is a party ability / attack up, another card that's MR with party ability / attack up, I might add, and a bestowed effect of magic attack resistance up. Those are 2 really good effects. I like those. It does have a limited bestowed effect, which is for Sir O and Seymour, 2 MR units, and they will get attack up and defense piercing rate up. I think if you use these units regularly, or you really like these units, this is a go get this vision card kind of thing. Who knows how good these guys are going to be once they get their MR, or their EX, but this is their vision card, and all of those abilities look really good for them. Okay, let's move on to the UR vision card. Clairvoyant Astrologer. Party ability is attack up and acquired AP up. Good. Limited bestowed effects are spear equipable main jobs, so that's your Eileens and your Canes of the world. Unit attack resistance up. I really like that. And the vision ability of Armor Piercer. So if we skip down a little bit, you can see that Armor Piercer lowers the defense of targets within range for 3 turns, and then deals small damage in that cone-based AoE. Cool. That's a really good ability, and there's a really good JP YouTuber named Machine who's done a video with Eileen and this card, and she was just wrecking people with it. So that's really neat. Now, the limited bestowed effect is Ramada only, and it gives Ramada defense piercing rate up and pierce attack up. So that's a global only upgrade. It's for an MR unit. Again, I don't know how big of an effect that's going to have. I will say that this vision card looks really strong. However, we are 1 week from anniversary. Stay strong, my friends. That's all I'm going to say. If you want these, get them. If not, stay strong. Okay, what else is happening in the news? We have what we're going to farm this week. So if you're looking to how you're going to spend your energy, here's what you're going to do this week. You have Sprouts of Devouring Exvius Universe EX2 to keep farming up those medals for the exchange shop. Save those medals until after the patch next Wednesday, so you can exchange them for the global EX orbs. Mind spheres are what they called. I have the hardest time remembering the word mind spheres, but save those until then so you can get mind spheres. If you're set on that, and you need to farm some books, because God knows we all need to farm books, you have 2 book reward quests this week, Staff Katana and Dagger, and Sword Great Sword Axe. So farm those if you need the books or the vision card leveling materials. Okay, the rest of the news is basically this. We're getting a story XP double up campaign, and that carries over to the Chocobo mission as well. So if you have some units that you're sitting at lower levels and you don't want to use EXP cubes on them, okay, now's a good time to throw them into the story if you just want to grind some XP. Yeah, that's okay. Then there's a nice comeback login bonus. So if you haven't played in a while and you're looking to get in this game, you're going to get a daily hookup, and you can see those on the screen. Those are pretty good. Like, there's nothing but good things on there, especially day 1. Like, man, that's really nice rewards. Okay, and then we're also getting the login bonus, First Anniversary Countdown Part 4, very similar to this week's login bonus. Same amount of Visior, it looks like. And then we're also getting the large pots every day, which is awesome. They can run large pots every day for as long as they want, and nobody's going to complain about that. Okay, that's the news. Now we're to the interview segment of WoTV Weekly, and I don't have an interview for this week. This is kind of my this show's kind of my like brainchild. I'm just sort of coming up with it. So normally this spot will be filled with an interview of either another content creator or just somebody who plays the game and wants to chat about something real quick. The interviews will be short, maybe like 3 to 5 minutes. If you're interested in getting on the show sometime, you have something you want to say, hey, hit me up on Discord. Send in your applications. Anyway, look forward to that in next week's show. Yeah, this is the pilot. Okay, next, we have our highlights of the week. If you've never stopped by the stream before, I do Guild Wars streams 4 days a week. People share their Guild Wars videos. We just talk about the going-ons of Guild Wars, and last week was a really interesting week because it was the limited Guild Wars the whole time. So I have a couple highlight videos that were sent in that stuck out above the rest, and we're going to run those right now in case you weren't there and missed them. Okay, our first highlight video of the week comes to us from AMTF from the Guild Keepers. It is Keepers versus an Asian guild that I can't read, and we have AMTF who is going to show off the power, the particular Guild Wars efficacy, you could say, of Agrius here, with his Sakura Agrius Little Leela comp. Now, he's against Cecil, Rain, and somebody else who I can't see right now. Cecil, Rain, and Warrior of Light. Now, watch the movement of this group that AMTF is against. First of all, they're doing some pretty good things. You want your team to group up when you have a Cecil in your group because you want Cecil to be able to hook the whole group up with his defense buff, right? So the enemy has some good thoughts with their movement. However, what the enemy has failed to notice is that they're against an Agrius here. Now, when you group up against an Agrius, there's just a chance that things can go wrong. The first thing that's going wrong is she's tanking all of their attacks, no problem. Here's the second thing. Boom. That is a triple stop from Judgment Blade, and essentially at this point, the fight's over. This is why everybody just runs Agrius all the time. And then she drops a Judgment Blade on them again and just bashes their heads in with it. She is like, what has she landed? 5 stops in this fight, and then Sakura just walks in and cleans it up. And GG, easy right there for AMTF. Okay, let's go on to our second highlight of the week. All right, our second highlight of the week comes from Da Bean Jesus from Bizapore versus Rin from Inverse. And I'll call him Da Jesus here, running a Jiza in his group. You don't get to see a whole lot of Jiza in Guild Wars, especially in higher end Guild Wars. But I would say call him Da Jesus here. Known as many things in our Discord. But okay, here you go. Jiza, it's a dark squad. Jiza, Dwayne, and Garvel versus another dark squad, Dwayne, Ruinstern, and Kane. Now, you would think to yourself, oh, Jiza is the weak link of these 6. She's the one that really nobody uses. She's going to come out here and just struggle to do things. But you would be wrong, and this wouldn't make the highlight reel if it was just Jiza being bad. Watch this. This is Secret Monk Jiza, who walks up there, and let's pause. Let's highlight that damage. Jiza, Monk Jiza, walks up to these two dudes, one of which is Dwayne, and says, I got the secret fist for you. Boom. 6,800 damage to Ruinstern and 5,500 damage to Dwayne. Oh, that happened. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And then, Garvel's going to come here, cure everybody. Kane over here is going to drop a slow on the group. All right, whatever. Kane takes a beating, and Jesus says, you know what? Let me just finish this off. I'll get all 3 kills. But he had courage. He dies anyway. Okay, and there you go. The power of Monk Jiza. I don't know if any of us knew about that power until right now. Okay, let's move on. Alrighty, so for the last segment of the show today, we are going to go to my tier list. Now right now, I've only released my non-limited UR unit tier list, and I said, hey, I would like some comments on this from the community. It was more of a who should you invest in tier list that I now want to morph into a tier list I'm going to update every week with the relative power of the units in the game. I asked for comments. I asked you to try and change my mind on some of the units, and there was a lot of really good constructive criticism. There was also a lot of, hey, Auronnj, you're a moron because blah, blah, blah. And, if that's you, you suck at getting your opinion across. But there was way, way more people who were great at getting their opinion across, and some of you convinced me on a couple units in particular. Let's put the tier list on the screen, And what you're seeing now is the tier list as it was when I first released it. The 2 units on the bottom are the units that I was convinced on. They're the units that I'm like, okay, I think these units are better than what I rated them as, and I've specifically used them in my like Guild Wars testing this week to just kind of double check on that. And that is Elsie and Rain. And I'm going to go ahead and just bump Elsie and Rain from the B tier to the A tier, especially considering the current like map and state of the game right now, which has so much magic in it. Both of these units are so good against mages in particular that I think they do deserve to tier up. Now, the first video that I released, I'll ask you to keep in mind, that was an investment video. What I want this weekly tier list video to be is more of a reflection on the current state of the game. Take a look at this, and if you have some more constructive criticism you'd like to offer, I am all ears. This tier list will get updated weekly. I will also be releasing soon my limited UR unit tier list. So I will add those to this weekly list once that comes out. I'm just not done with that yet. That one's taking, there's some different kind of thought you have to put into limited characters, so that one's taking a little bit more time. Okay. That's it, guys. That's going to be the show for the week. This was the pilot episode, so it was a little rough around the edges. There might be some new segments coming out in the future. If you have ideas for a segment you think would be cool for a weekly show, drop those in the comments. I would love to hear them. Yeah, if you want to be on the Guild Wars Highlight of the Week videos, if you want a chance to be on there anyway, stop by the stream at twitch.tv/Auronnj. I stream on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from about 4 Central Time to 7 Central Time. We just do Guild Wars stuff, and bring your highlight videos, drop those in Twitch chat. We will watch them together. And that's all I got. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great week. Yeah, see y'all in the next video.